today I'm still sticking with the second generation Corvette. Today I am gonna finish off from where I left off to before I do the next video, which is a Gen 3 Corvette. Before I get started, before I continue on to where I left off to from the previous video, make sure you all like the video, subscribe, comment down below what you guys think. Hit the notification bell and hit all, so you learn when I make brand new uploads. Alright. So, without any further ado, let's begin. So, 19. So let's continue on. So, 19. 1967. So 67 was the 67 was the final year, so final model year for the Gen 2 Corvette. So 1967. So 1967 was the final model year for the Gen 2 Corvette. The 67 model, 67 model, 67 model. So 67 model featured so the 67 model 67 model featured restyled fender vents. So restyled fender vents, less ornamentation, less ornamentation, and backup lights or lamps, which were import in 1966, became both rectangular and centrally located. The first use of all four taillights in red started in 1961. So during the very early 60s. So it started in 1961. So started in 1961 and was continued through. It was continued through the C2 lineup. Say C2 lineup. Except for apart from 1966, this feature returned for the 67 model year and then continued until 1968. The first C3 model year. The 67 model year had, so the 67 model year had the first L88. So the 67 model year had the first L88 motor. So L88 motor option that was rated at 430 horsepower, which is pretty good. But unofficial, so this one gets better by an extra 130 more horsepower better. I'm talking about unofficial estimates place the output at 560 horsepower. That's like the same amount of power as like a Ferrari 458. What else? A Gallardo LP560-4. Same as a 2011 Cadillac CTS-V Coupe. By four horsepower difference there. It's like somewhat the same as an SLS AMG. What else? edition, I think. I'm not too sure. That was before the 992. It was the one that was used in Top Gear with Chris Harris when Malablanc was used in Huracan. Pretty cool. The 67 model, the 67 model year, the 67 model year had the first. So the 67 model year had the first L88 motor option that was rated at 430 horsepower. It's like the same as a Porsche Macan turbo with a performance pack. So 430 horsepower, pretty good. But unofficial estimates placed the output at 560 horsepower or more. Only 20 such engines or motors were installed at the factory from 67 to 69. The Holly from 67 through 69. The from 67 through 69, the Holly triple two-barrel war. So the Holly triple two-barrel or tri-power carburetor was available on the 7-liter. So 7-liter 427. 7-liter. So 7-liter 427 L89 V8, which is a $368, well $370. Which is essentially a $370 option on top of the cost for the 7-liter for the high performance 7-liter 427 V8. Despite these changes, sales slipped more than 15% to 22,940. So 8,500. 8,504. So 8,504 were coupes. Off close to 15%. Off close to 15%. And 14,436 convertibles, down nearly by 19, almost 20%, in fact. Duntov came up. Sora Arcus Duntov came up with a lightweight version of the Z2. The lightweight version of the Z2 in 1962. Concerned about Ford and what they were doing with the Shelby Cobra. GM planned to manufacture 100 to 125 Grand Sport Corvettes, but only 5 were actually built. So 5 were actually built. They were driven by historic drivers such as Jim Hollandike Gulfstream. Among, so Jim Hollandike, Gulfstream, among others. Those 5 cars, so from 1 to 5, are all held by private owners and are among the most coveted and valuable Corvettes ever built. So number 2 is exhibited in the Simone. So the SFAM. So the Simone Foundation Automotive. So Simone Foundation. Automotive Museum. If you wanna head there one day, it's located at 6825 Norwich. So Norwich Drive in Philadelphia. So in the most populous city of Philadelphia in Pennsylvania. I wouldn't really say if it's Amish country. I mean, it's kind of vicious, like Amish country, like in Pennsylvania. I think it is. I don't know. Anyways, so number 2 is exhibited in the Simone Foundation Automotive Museum in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and is in running condition, so it works perfectly fine. Okay, so for my next Corvette, so that'll be it for now. So for my next Corvette video will be about the C3 Corvette, so the Gen 3. So that's from 1968 to 1982. Alright. So that'll be it. If you guys like this video, like and subscribe, comment down below what you guys think. Hit the notification bell to hit all, so you'll alert when I make brand new uploads. Okay, so that'll be it. I'll see you guys in a bit for the next video. But until then, stay safe, have a great evening, and have a great day tomorrow morning. And I'll see you guys soon.